General Hospital spoilers reveal that, finally, the psychological pressure and hatred Danny harbors for Cyrus have reached their peak. He can no longer sit idly by while the man who took his mother away continues to walk freely, spreading terror in Port Charles. His anger has been simmering for too long, and now he has decided that he cannot let Cyrus be free for another second. However, what Danny doesn't realize is that the battle he's stepping into is not a fair fight. Danny is no longer the carefree child he once was. He has changed and matured, but his naivety in the world of crime is still painfully evident. In his mind, attacking Cyrus is a necessary act, the only way to take revenge and seek justice for his mother. He has spent time observing, gathering information, and making plans. He believes he is prepared. But what he doesn't foresee is that Cyrus has anticipated everything. Cyrus is not easily defeated. He has survived countless battles in the criminal world and has faced far more dangerous enemies than Danny. He has been assassinated, betrayed, but still stands strong, continuing to hold power. Danny is just a teenager, someone who has never truly fought in a world where even the smallest mistake can cost a life. Danny thinks he is the hunter, but what he doesn't know is that he is the prey Cyrus has lured into a trap. Danny's fury may make him stronger, but it also clouds his judgment. When he faces Cyrus, he realizes that Cyrus is not afraid, not backing down. On the contrary, it seems he is enjoying this moment, like a predator waiting for the prey to put itself into a vulnerable position. And when Danny attacks, he realizes he has no chance. Cyrus is far too familiar with situations like this. He doesn't need to strike much. One small move could take Danny down. Danny doesn't have Jason's strength, Carly's cunning, or the experience of those who have faced Cyrus before. Danny only has hatred, but hatred is not enough to defeat someone like Cyrus. And then, death comes closer than ever for Danny. Cyrus could end it all right here, right now, without hesitation. He knows that if Danny survives, Jason will never let it go. But killing Danny would also spark a war that even he can't control. Cyrus may not fear Jason, but he understands that killing Jason's son would create a bigger problem than anything he's faced before. Danny knows he was wrong, but can he escape this tragic fate? Will Jason arrive in time before it's too late? Is this the moment that changes Danny's life, or his greatest mistake? With everything hanging on a moment's decision, this battle could shake Port Charles to its core. Hatred has pushed Danny to the edge, but will he step back before it's too late? Jason was unable to stop Danny's reckless actions, and this has spiraled everything into an uncontrollable dangerous situation. The hatred in Danny's heart has clouded his judgment, causing him to make a fatal mistake and enter a battle he cannot win. She knows this loss will push Jason to limits even Sonny cannot control. Jason has come back from the dead before, but this time, will he find a reason to keep living after losing the most important person in his life? And Cyrus, the one behind all this tragedy, will have to face the most terrifying consequences. He may have thought he won by eliminating Danny, but he doesn't realize that he's just created the strongest enemy he's ever had. Jason won't stop until Cyrus is completely destroyed. Danny's death will also place Jocelyn in greater danger than ever before. Not only has she lost her close friend, but she could become the next target. Revenge will come not just from Jason, but from all those who loved Danny, people who cannot accept this loss. Most importantly, Danny's death will completely change the General Hospital storyline. This is not just a shocking event, it's a major turning point that will take the show into a darker, more dangerous phase. Secrets will be exposed, relationships will be pushed to their limits, and Port Charles will never be the same. But the biggest question remains, what will Jason do next? Will he plunge into a bloody revenge, or will he find another way to honor his son? And is there a secret behind Danny's death still waiting to be revealed? One thing is for sure, Port Charles is no longer safe, and what's to come could be the biggest storm General Hospital has ever witnessed. Danny will receive shocking news from Charlotte, something that could completely change the course of the battle he is pursuing. Charlotte, who is smart, sharp, and not easily fooled, has discovered an important secret regarding Cyrus. She knows that if this news falls into the hands of adults, they may hide it or handle it in ways she cannot control. So, Charlotte decides to keep it secret and only share it with Danny and Rocco, the two people she trusts most. But instead of finding a way to report it to the authorities, the three of them make a grave mistake. They decide to investigate on their own, putting themselves in an unpredictable danger. What started as a small adventure, a way for them to prove they were no longer kids, slowly becomes something much more dangerous as they uncover a complex criminal network related to Cyrus. Danny, who already harbors hatred for Cyrus after his mother's death, quickly becomes embroiled in the investigation without thinking of the consequences. He believes this is his chance to expose the man who destroyed his family, but what he doesn't anticipate is that Cyrus is always one step ahead. When Danny, Charlotte, and Rocco follow one of Cyrus's henchmen, they are accidentally discovered. What started as a small investigation quickly escalates into a dangerous chase. Cyrus not only knows someone is trying to expose him, but he knows exactly who is watching him. In a town full of people loyal to him, Cyrus doesn't need to act directly, he has a whole network to do it for him. For the first time, Danny realizes that he and his friends have stepped into a world far too dangerous, where even the smallest mistake could cost them their lives. Charlotte, though strong, begins to feel the pressure as she realizes there's no way out. Rocco, who once thought this was just an adventure, now understands they are truly facing death. But the danger doesn't only come from the outside. Danny begins to feel a conflict inside. He doesn't just want to expose Cyrus, he wants revenge. But if he lets hatred cloud his judgment, he may make an irreversible mistake. Charlotte, realizing this, tries to stop Danny, but will she be able to hold him back before it's too late? Meanwhile, Cyrus is not an ordinary criminal. He doesn't kill violently, instead, he manipulates, plays with his victims until they bring themselves to their own demise. He knows Danny, Charlotte, and Rocco can't break his system on their own, but he also can't let them live with dangerous secrets. He wants to send a message: Port Charles is his, and no one can dethrone him. The more they run, the more they realize they can't easily escape this trap. Danny, with his bubbling hatred, might not stop even knowing he's being hunted. Charlotte, with her sharp instincts, might find a way to turn things around, but their time is running out. If they don't find a way to escape this situation, they might never make it back home safely. But what none of them know is that this story is bigger than they think. Perhaps they have uncovered a secret that Cyrus isn't the only one trying to hide. Perhaps there's a greater force behind him, and Cyrus is just a pawn in a much larger game. With every passing second, death gets closer to Danny, Charlotte, and Rocco. Will they escape this dangerous spiral? Or have they walked into a fight they can't win? One thing is certain, Port Charles will never be the same. Alexis and Jason will embark on a relentless journey for revenge to get justice for Danny. Danny's death is not just an immeasurable loss for the family but also a massive shock that shakes Port Charles. This is not just a murder case, it is a cold warning that no one is truly safe while Cyrus is still at large. The alliance between Alexis and Jason may be unexpected, but their anger this time transcends all boundaries, making them unlikely allies. Jason, a father who has lost his son, has nothing left to lose. He's seen death and loss throughout his life, but this time, it's different. He can't accept Danny's death without anyone paying the price. He can't sit back and watch Cyrus remain free, continuing to manipulate Port Charles as he pleases. Jason knows that if he doesn't act now, more victims will follow, and the nightmare will never end. Alexis, once a lawyer who respected the law, now faces a painful reality. She has spent her entire life fighting for justice, believing the legal system could deliver fairness. But Danny's death proved the opposite. The law couldn't protect Danny, the law couldn't punish Cyrus, and if she keeps believing in the system, she will only be a pawn in the game of those in power. This time, she won't follow the rules anymore. She no longer believes that the truth will reveal itself or that justice will automatically be served. She is ready to do things she never imagined, even if it means stepping into the darkness with Jason to ensure Danny gets his revenge. But this battle isn't just about eliminating Cyrus. This is a fight to change the entire order of Port Charles's underground world. Cyrus may have been the one to strike, but he doesn't act alone. He has allies, protectors, and people who have helped him cover up his crimes. Questions start to pile up for Jason and Alexis. Who is really behind Cyrus? Who has protected him from the law? Who has aided him in the shadows? No one can remain neutral in this fight. Sunny will be drawn in, Carly will be drawn in, even Valentine won't be left out. Cyrus is not just an ordinary enemy, he is a venomous snake deeply rooted in Port Charles, and to root him out, they will have to be ready to destroy everything. Jason, once again, becomes the person he once was, stone cold, the enforcer of justice in his own way. But this time, he's not fighting alone. He has Alexis, a smart, sharp person who knows the law and the system better than anyone. But instead of using the law to protect others, this time she will use it to destroy those who have exploited it. This battle is inevitable, and when it begins, there will be no turning back. Port Charles will fall into a storm where no one truly knows who is a friend and who is an enemy. Alliances will be formed, secrets will be exposed, and those who thought they could escape justice will face the consequences. But the biggest question remains. How far will Jason and Alexis go? Are they ready to cross all boundaries to achieve their goal? And if they truly win, will they be able to return to their former lives, or will this be a road with no turning back? One thing is certain, Port Charles will never be the same. This will not just be a simple fight, this is a battle to regain control, to change the entire order of this town. And once it begins, no one can predict how it will end.